Hello everyone, welcome to this short video about a very particular dress. It's the dress that you see here in the background, a green Christmas tree dress that I made some years ago for fun, and I actually used it as a Christmas tree with different kinds of decoration on it. But of course, you can also use it yourself if you choose to. I will go through how I made the pattern and how I executed it if you're interested. So follow along. So let me show you how I actually made this dress. It contains of a short top, kind of empire cut with some darts up to the bust, a straight collar. It's a long strip that I lined with cotton, meant to be tied in the back to hold up the dress, like that. And the armholes has a kind of raglan cut that goes towards the neck to make the illusion of a pointed tree. So apart from the top, the dress contains of 3 rectangular layers, and the upper one is the shortest one. It's about 1.5 meters that I gathered to the top. The next layer in the dress is 1 meter longer than the first one. So it's about 2.5 meters that I gathered here at the previous layer. And the last layer is again 1 meter longer than the previous one. So it's 3.5 that I gathered to this layer. I will turn it inside out to show you how it looks. So as you can see here, I only lined the upper part with some cotton fabric. So that's the first thing you're going to do, finish the upper part completely with the darts before you sew on the next layers for the skirt. Before you sew on the first layer here, you add the zipper. It's easier that way than to add it afterwards. To add the layers, you bast 2 lines of thread to gather it together before you put it on the top and sew it together. And the same for the other layers. Bast 2 lines of thread and pull it together to fit the previous layer. And as you can see at the bottom, I added a few layers of tulle just to give it some extra volume. And I will show you the pattern piece for the top part shortly. So hang on. So this is the basic dress form that I showed you how to do in a previous video. You use this basic dress form for the upper part of the Christmas dress, and I'm about to show you how I did that. So you copy out the upper part of the basic dress form. For any changes you might have to your own design. So you always have the clear basic form to work out from. Remember to draw the bust, the different vertical lines. And for the dress, the green Christmas dress, I decided to make it, to keep it in the shape of a tree, I decided to make this top shorter, so about 8 centimeters below the bust line here. I drawing one side of the dart, the bust dart. And then I'm closing the upper part by pushing this line towards the other line like that, down to the bust point. So the bust dart becomes a little bit bigger. Mark it like that. And then you draw the other half of the front piece like this. And to start with, I will just draw the armhole from the basic pattern. I decided to make a more narrow shoulder to give the shape of the tree. So I marked 4 centimeters down from the neckline and connect or draw a line down to the armhole where it hits the shape like that. So that's the front piece. So for the back piece, because of the narrow shoulder, I decided to move the shoulder dart into the neckline like that. And I'm going to mark the lower edge line 8 centimeter down like on the front piece. So I start by marking the new dart line to the neck. And I'm drawing the pattern up to the armhole dart because I'm going to move it in a second. Drawing the armhole for now, even though it's going to be altered. So now I'm going to close this dart by moving the pattern up like that. Drawing the other leg of the new dart and finish the neckline. And the shoulder was only 4 centimeter. So again, I place the ruler from that point down to the armhole. Like that. The only thing I'm missing is the rest of the dart here. Because it's so small. Of course you can sew it, the fabric, but I think because it's so small, I'm going to take it out here on the side seam. So cancel this and go a bit more in here. And at the end, control the sidelines if they are aligned. You can see here it's a bit pointy, so I will even out. I will even it a bit out. Like that. That's about it. The 2 pattern pieces for the Christmas tree dress. All you have to do now is adding some seam allowance. The front piece is on the fold, so you only add seam allowance here and also on the mid back because it's open. Control the neckline. If it has an even curve, the order in which you sew, you start with the darts on all the pieces before you sew together the two shoulders. And the mid back to the lining on each side because it has to stay open. And the arm opening on both sides. And then you turn it inside out. Before you sew the side seams at the end. And it's ready to be attached to the lower part where you gather the first piece to this line. That's about it. So this is how the dress looks from the behind, as you can see, after tying the collar strip together. It's open here in the back, and there's a zipper in the first piece here. So that's how it looks. I hope you like this little demonstration of how I made this dress. Of course, you can make it in your own size and in all kinds of materials. To get started, you can download my size chart for free in the description below for you to learn how to make your own personal patterns and clothes that actually fits you perfectly. If you have any questions or issues with any of my patterns, don't hesitate to ask, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Your suggestions for related topics are also very welcome. So if you want to learn a specific thing like a top or skirt or pants, jackets, bags, just give me a shout out. Check out my previous videos, subscribe, comment, and hit the like button if you like what I'm doing. It will be very appreciated and help me to spread this content here on my channel. Thank you for watching today. Have a great week, and I will see you in my coming videos. Bye for now.